Hey everybody, John here from Hall of Justice Comics. Welcome to our video on the process from getting comic books out of this thing. This is the Previews magazine. This one was from January of 2021 to this, which is the final product when the book shows up here at the store, ready for you to pick up as part of your hold slot. So join us. Hey everybody, welcome to our process video. I got to think of a better name for it than that, but you know, we believe in transparency here at the shop. We want to be honest and open with you and how the entire comic book ordering process works. And the first step in doing that is submitting an initial order. An initial order is something that we do once a month. We basically go through the entire Previews catalog that looks like that right there. You got your regular Previews book and your Marvel Previews catalog. And I liken it to teeing up at a hole on a golf course. You know, you have your ball and you hit it with your driver as hard as you possibly can, and you try to get that ball as far down the golf course closest to the hole as possible. We're not shooting for a hole in one here, but we're getting an idea of what we would like to order for the books that are for the comics that are in these previews. Previews is something that you can subscribe to here at the store. It is, I believe, $3.99 for the big book, and then you get the Marvel Previews in addition to that for free. So if that's something that you're interested in, you know, again, you can ask for that to be added to your subscription. But the Previews magazine has everything comic book wise that's going to be published that's coming out 2 months from now. So this March catalog is for comics that are going to be shipping out in May. And so it's basically, you know, it's got a whole list of all the different publishers with the exception of DC. You've got Image, you've got Dark Horse, and you've got all of their solicits in here with new comics and collections. And then, of course, there's games and toys and the whole 9 yards. So it's a really cool book to thumb through. It's great bathroom material. But our initial order is something that is done at the end of each month. And like I said, we're literally just teeing up and hitting this ball down the course, trying to get close to the hole as possible. That's what she said. And then FOC is more like putting on the green. You know, we're trying to get our numbers, you know, dialed in to what people are requesting, to what we think that we can sell. And that's kind of the whole step. So step one, initial order. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, crew. So here I am sitting in front of my computer in my lovely office in the back. I have Comic Suite open, which is the program that we use to manage your comic book subscriptions. And so what we do is we go up here to subscription services and we post our monthly subscriptions into orders. We're going to do it for the month of March. We're going to hit OK. And again, what this is doing is it's basically taking all of the information that is set up for your individual account here at the store through Comic Suite, and it's posting that onto my March order form for the items that are in these Previews catalogs. This is not part of the DC stuff. DC we have to do kind of separate. I guess I should make a video about that too. Okay, so the orders have been posted. Now we're going to go up here to orders, and we are going to create and edit my initial order, again, for the month of March. So what's going to happen, the Comic Suite's going to grab this information from the server. Okay, I'm going to blow this up so that you can see this giant, massive field of text. So if you look up here, you know, we've got our May of 2021 order form, and then it literally is a play-by-play, every single line item that you see here, and it scrolls down and down and down and down. You can see the scroll bar over here. We are not even, that's it right there. We're not even a quarter of the way through this massive document. So every single line item that is on here is in this Previews catalog. And so, again, page by page, whatever's in here, front to back. There we got Time Before Time #1. from Image Comics. You get some previews of the book inside. There's Aquarius, the Book of Myrrh. You've got an A cover and a very gorgeous David Mack B cover. All of this stuff is in here. And again, unless you pick this up, unless you're subscribed to previews and come in and let us know that you want something out of here, we really have no idea what to expect. And so this is what we're talking about just, you know, teeing up on the golf course and whacking a ball down range. Here you can see we're in the Marvel section, for example. We've got Star Wars IDW, High Republic Adventures number 4. So in this quantity column, we have the number 24 already plugged in. And if you look here up at the top, this little green check mark that says sub with 24 in parentheses, that means that we have 24 people that are subscribed to this title. Ben Anderson, Chris Benez, Nick Brockman, and it has the quantity of the books that they're ordering. So this is what Comic Suite is important to help us with. It plugs in, when we post your subscriptions onto this initial order form, I have a predetermined number of books that is going to fill in right there on the order form. My job then is to just add some copies to that number for whatever we would put on the rack. And then down here, this little field that we have right here is it's called our cycle sheet, and it shows us sales information for the last issue. So this one is featuring High Republic Adventures number 2, which we received on March 2nd. We ordered 50, we received 50, we had 23 subs. We put 27 copies on the rack. Over here in the sales figure, we can see that we sold 19 of those 27 copies off the rack, which is pretty fantastic. 15 of the 23 subscribers came in and picked up. We had 2 special orders. So all in all, we sold 36 copies of the 50 that we ordered, which is a 72% sell-through, which is fantastic. That's, you know, we try to shoot for 60 or higher % on the sell-through every time we have a title that goes on the rack. But again, it's all broken down. You can see that here's the 1 in 10 incentive cover, Star Wars Adventures number 9, A and B in the 1 in 10. So again, these numbers that are pre-filled in, Fantastic Four 32, 23, that means we have 23 people subscribed to Fantastic Four. My goal in doing initial order is to take a look down here at the sales totals and how many copies we put on the rack, and then figure out what we would like to order for that particular issue. So that's the start of this entire process, from ordering comics from Diamond to ultimately having them show up in your hold slot. This is something that we do once a month, and it kind of is superseded by final order cutoff when final order cutoff rolls around. But you're going to see that process as well, because we're going to walk you through this entire step. So that is your little snapshot on our Diamond initial order. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, we are back. This time just showing you a little glimpse into the ordering process through Lunar Distribution, which is our exclusive distributor of all things DC. So we are here on their homepage. We've got the initial order for March 21st and 26th up, and we have sorted it by alphabetically via title. It's a little more graphic friendly than the Diamond one is through Comic Suite, but again, this is one where we've got to bounce kind of back and forth because DC removed themselves from distribution through Diamond and set up this new distributor. We had to make a workaround, and so we have up here at the top, this is our subscriber sheet that's hosted through a Google Sheets doc. And down here on the bottom, we have all of the different DC titles. So here you can see Batman. Over here in the column on the left is everybody's name. We've got issue 106 and the variant, and the 1 in 25, the 106 second print. So each one of these columns is for a different issue or variant or whatever we're talking about. So we can see that we'll use Chris again, for example. Chris Benez is getting 2 copies of the 106 main cover, 2 copies of the variant. one copy of the second print, one of each of 107, two of 108 because it's first appearance of Miracle Molly. But we have to use this column, these data points to translate over here to the lunar order form. So again, if we scroll down, here we go. Here's Batman 108. That is the first appearance of Miracle Molly. There she is right there on the cover of the A cover, and there she is on the cover of the B cover, which is an art germ cover. So we go through, again, this is initial order. So this is that, teeing up at the tee box and hitting that golf ball as far down the range as we can get it before we do some FOC adjustment, which is akin to putting. We're taking all of these numbers. So if we scroll down here to the bottom of the 108 columns, we can see that we need a total copy number of 87 copies of the A cover and 31 copies of the B cover to satisfy our subscribers for Batman number 108. So over here, we would key those in to the fields here and here. We would add those to the cart, and we would go through the entire list here and do that for all of the DC product before we submit the order. And again, this is initial order. It's not... oh, there you go. See, there's Challenge of the Super Sons number 2 that's got our friend Jorge Corona artwork inside, so that's pretty exciting. But this is something that we do once a month. You can see right here the order due date for Challenge of the Super Sons 27 is March 26th. The FOC date is April 18th. So the FOC date is our last chance to adjust our numbers on the book before those books actually ship out to us. And then Challenge of the Super Sons number 2 is in stores May 11th. So we're ordering these initially in March. They arrive in store in May. And in April, we have a last attempt to change our numbers on the books before they actually ship out to us. So that is what we're talking about when we are talking about initial order. And there are 4 pages of books that we've got to scroll through that are on initial order from DC. Now, if you would like to see the DC stuff that's available, you can go to lunardistribution.com. You will end up on this landing page right here. You can click on this DC Connect number 10 link, and it's going to take you to the digital version of their previews. DC used to publish an actual physical copy that we would hand out to folks, but they don't do that anymore. So here you've got 76 pages of DC previews that will basically give you an idea of everything that is on the order for March's initial order. So that's just a little side note that you can be familiar with, and send your orders in to us. You can reach us at hojcomics@gmail.com. You can message us on Facebook. You can call the store, 303-484-9103, or you can come in and ask us. You can come in and talk to us about it. And if we're not your home store, that's cool. Take any of this information to your home local comic shop, and they will be happy to order these things for you. Okay? So stay tuned for more. That's step 2 for initial order. I showed you kind of a quick run through of all of the Diamond product, and this is all of the DC stuff through Lunar. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, John here. It is Wednesday, March 17th. It's about 9:00 p.m. Mountain Time. Oh man, it was a crazy busy new comic book day. So thanks to everybody who came out to pick up their new books this St. Patty's Day. I'm hanging out at home to do the final order cutoff write-up that I do every night or every week. So generally Wednesday nights after I get home, after I get the kids to bed, I'm trying to be quiet because they're sleeping over there. But I sit here at the computer and I go through everything that is on FOC from both Diamond and from Lunar. And I type up in a Word document all of that stuff that I then upload to our website and add photos and all that stuff. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of that process tonight, just so you can see, again, we're trying to be transparent with how comic book ordering works from when I do my initial order to when we hand you guys the comic books at the store. So here's just a little glimpse into the FOC write-up that we post it's live on our website every Wednesday night, but it's shared to Facebook and most other social media on Thursday. So check it out. Okay, so here we have on screen, this is the Diamond FOC adjustment weekly through their web portal. We do things through the web portal. We also do stuff through Comic Suite, which is the software that we use in store to manage all of your subscriptions. I also have a tab up here at the top that is the Lunar FOC. So this is going to be everything that is from DC. So here you can see we've got Batman Fortnite 0.2, Batman the Detective #1, cover A, cover B, cover C, and then there is an incentive cover. So I basically sit down and I go through this list and I'm looking for stuff. You can see that over here in this column, everything is sorted by publisher. So we're looking at the Dark Horse section. You got Avatar #4, you've got Black Hammer Visions #3, Grendel Devil's Odyssey #5, which is finally coming back after being gone forever. But down here we have Jenny Zero #1. So that is a brand new #1 from the folks at Dark Horse. There is a kind of a blow up of what the solicit info looks like. We've got, it's a 4-issue miniseries written by Dave Dwanch and Brockton McKinney with art and cover by Magenta King. So because that's something that we, again, have already ordered initially, but we need to promote because it is on FOC. You can see the FOC date right here is March 22nd, and estimated ship date is April 14th. That's something that we're going to feature in this week's write-up. So I come over here and I copy all of the solicit info, and then I'm going to open up my FOC document here. This was from last week, so I already went through and edited the due dates. I kind of have a template that I use. So this is our Dark Horse section. So we're gonna paste that new text, that new dialogue right here into this window. And I apologize because I'm doing this while watching the camera. But boom, there we go. There we have the solicit info from Meet Jenny Tetsuo, the hard-drinking, hard-partying daughter of superheroes. So just a little bit of formatting. We'll clean this up. But now that is going to be the first book that we're featuring in our write-up. The other thing that I have to do is I have to come over here and I have to... let's see if I can do this one-handed. I have to download the image so that we can use that in our post on our website that we share to the rest of social media. So that's one of the things that we're going to feature this week is Jenny Zero #1 of 4. If we go back to Lunar, we're going to do the same thing with Lunar. We're going to do the same thing with Batman the Detective. So we're going to copy all of this font, this text here, basically the solicit info. We're going to come back to my FOC list. We're going to come to the DC block, and then I am just going to paste right over Batman 107. We're going to go up here to edit, because again, I'm doing this with one hand while also holding my phone as a camera in the other hand. So now I have all of the copy in here for Batman the Detective #1, but I have to come up here. I've got to save the images. We're going to try again to do this one hand. Save image to downloads. Close that up. That's cover A. We're going to download cover B, which is also by the Kuberts. I think this is Adam. Let me look. Andy Kubert on both cover A and cover B, and then we're also going to feature the blank. So again, this is something that I sit here and I do Wednesday night after an 8-hour shift at the shop to put together the FOC post that eventually makes its way to our website and that we then share to Facebook. So I'll show you a little bit more about that here in just a second once we get ready to post that. Hey guys, welcome back. I have finished typing up the document. It is now 10:15 p.m. On the 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day, and so now I've copied the write-up from a Word document into the backside of our website at www.hallofjusticecomics.com, and now I go in and I have to drop the images in here, and I've in here and I've got to resize all of the images. So, you know, it's literally just kind of dragging and dropping and then, you know, making space and coming over here and trying to find all of the images. So that's what I'll be doing for the next little bit, since we've saved all the images to the desktop here on the computer. And once I get that all done, I'll come back one more time with the actual upload of the blog post to the website. So then I'll show you what that looks like. Thanks. Okay, gang, John here with just a little update. So I have gone through the FOC post, is ready to rock on the website. So we're going to come down here. We've got all of the new stuff. We've got all of the second prints and issue number 2s. We've got the couple of tables with all of the other books from everybody. So the last thing that we're going to come down here and do is hit publish. It is now live on our webpage. So if you go to hallofjusticecomics.com and click on the blog right here, the very first entry that's going to come up is the FOC roundup for whatever week is the week that we are talking about. This is for stuff that's technically tomorrow. It was posted today, and you can see that the DC orders are due Sunday, March 21st, and everybody else is due Monday, March 22nd. And then it has a breakdown. We got Dark Horse. We've got DC, lots of DC books. IDW's got Kanto. We got Image with a couple of new ones. Then we're in Marvel. More Marvel, lots of Marvel. Aftershock, Black Mask, Titan Comics with a couple. Zenoscope's got a weird one. We get the subsequent print Speculation. Only one cover available this week. And then the Who Does Number 2 Work For, that features all of the number 2 issues to pay attention to. And then lastly, down here at the very, very bottom, we have the table. So here's your complete list from DC, whole list of everything. And then we have all of the other publishers distributed through Diamond, broken down by publisher with item codes and all of that stuff. So then I will return tomorrow with a video that shows you how we get from here to Facebook, and then all of the FOC live videos that we do, and uploading to YouTube. So have a great night, guys. It's Wednesday at 10:50. I'm John, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. John here. It is Thursday, March 18th. I'm sitting back here at the shop in my office, getting ready to prep for our Thursday FOC live show, as well as sharing the post that I wrote up last night from our website to Facebook. So I'm going to show you how that works right here, just so you have another idea of what it takes in the process from ordering comics to getting them to you in your hold slot every Wednesday. So check this out. All right, so here we are. We have got, I'm at the back office of the shop. This is our website. If you go to hallofjusticecomics.com, right up there, you will end on this landing page. If we click on the blog, right there, the very first item that's going to come up is the FOC roundup post that I made last night for March 18th, which is today. We're going to come up here. We are going to copy this link real quick, and we're going to go over to Facebook. I should have had this already, but I did not. Yeah, I suck. There we go. Facebook. We're going to click on the store page. And then we are going to create a post. And so I like to grab this little text because I don't like to type stuff up all the frickin' time. So we basically just copy all of this stuff that's on the blog post, not paste. And then that's going to be the block of text that we are going to put up here. There we go. So there, and then I'm going to add the link down here. So I'm going to go back. We're going to copy the link, and we're going to paste that link right here into the body of the Facebook post. I am going to grab an image, which I don't have ready, so I'm not going to show you that, but see, it's got a little link preview to the website listing for the blog post. And then as soon as I'm done, I'm going to hit post. It'll be live on our Facebook page. And then I go from Facebook and we share that to the 3 local Colorado comic book groups as well as 1 national group. So, and then I'll be back in a second with all the prep work to do the FOC live show. So I hope you're enjoying this glimpse into the process. Stay tuned for more. Hey, super friends, John here coming at you live. We are, so again, another little segment in our installment on how the comic book process works, getting it from initial order to you guys in your hold slot. Here at the office, we got the green screen set up behind me. We're getting ready to do the FOC live video. So we do this in-house. We post it to, we go live on Facebook so that you guys can check that out and comment there. Then there's some editing that goes on so that we can upload it to YouTube as well as Facebook for those of you that aren't on Facebook. So, but there's a little bit of process to get that going. I'll show you what that looks like. So this is going to be super weird because I have on my screen, this is OBS, which is Open Broadcast Source. That's the software that we use to go live to do all the streaming. I've got all my scenes set up right now, so you can see that I've got here's our stream sale camera. We got the microphone hanging out right here. That's all hooked up, so we're using the video from the camera that you're seeing right here on screen. On the other side, we've got the FOC Roundup post that I walk you through, that we talk about when we are actually going live. So, you know, there's just a little process grabbing a stream key from Facebook and plugging that all in here to the OBS software to get it up and running, and then we're live. And so that's how that works. So just another cog in the wheel, Randy. Cog in the wheel. So stay tuned for more. What's up again, friends? John here. Just another little video update into the process that we've been doing. This will all be somehow stitched seamlessly together with some magical video editing. But I'm going to show you how we get the video that we posted to YouTube this morning, or to Facebook this morning, up on YouTube, so that those of you who don't have access to social media, or choose not to participate in social media, can still find the video that we do on our YouTube channel. So, all right, so here we are on our YouTube channel landing page. We're gonna hit the little create button and upload a video right here. I didn't do a post about all of the video editing stuff that we typically do, but we basically I already took care of that. You know, there's a lot of encoding and uploading and all that stuff. So we're gonna go here to videos, FOC Roundup videos, and then we should have a 3/18/21. We're gonna hit open. And then this is going to sit here for a while. You can see it's going to upload. It's got 5%, 2 minutes left. It does a little more. We're going to copy the description in here for Facebook. We're going to add a thumbnail, which is just something that's here onto, I want to say it's on our downloads for, as the computer freezes, there it is, our little Super Friends FOC Roundup video, and then I type a description, we hit next, and boom, it's on YouTube, and then we make it the featured video on our landing page. That way it is up on YouTube, so you've got a couple of options to watch the FOC video. So that's it for now. We will be back on Sunday. You'll see Chris's beautiful face doing some of the ordering after people are commenting on the Facebook post, how we take those requests and turn them into orders/subscriptions through Comic Suite. So thanks again for joining us throughout this thing, and I hope you're finding it fun. It's probably not fun, but more informative than anything. Okay, thanks guys, we'll talk to you soon.
Hey Super Friends, this is Chris at Hall of Justice. I'm going to walk you through today some of the final order cutoff steps that you guys hear so much about. In part, what we're trying to do is educate you guys on how we go from ordering comic books from John's posting the FOC through us gathering that data, putting it into the system, and then sending that off to Diamond on Mondays as our final order cutoff, and then those products actually coming in and getting into your pull boxes. So basically, the post that you can see behind me is the FOC post that John posted Thursday morning. He works on this post Wednesday night. And now I come in on Sunday, and to kind of help prepare for final order cutoff, I take all of your books that you've requested and I put them into our ordering system. So I'll show you a couple of that right now. So first, what we do is we go to the post. There's 46 comments, so there's quite a bit to go through right now. We also go to post off of Colorado comic book enthusiasts, the Colorado Toy and Comic Society, and Rocky Mountain comic book fans. So really, any post there, you guys, we will pick that up and put that into the account. So let's start off with the first one up here, Mr. Keith Ratliff. So what we would do is we'll go into our Comic Suite program. We will find Mr. Keith Ratliff. And then what we will do is we will look for what he wants pulled and what he wants subbed. DC is a little bit different, so you could see right off the bat here we have sub DC the Detective and pull the variant. So DC is not done through this Comic Suite program. We have to do DC on a separate spreadsheet. So what we're doing here is we're going to find Batman the Detective. We are going to add Mr. Keith Ratliff. And make sure that I spelled his name right. And he wants to sub Batman the Detective, which means that he wants the entire series of the A covers, and he wants to, at this time, pull the #1 variants. So what we will do for Keith is we will put a 1 in here and a 1 in here, showing that he wants 1 and 2 consecutively. And then we will go and put a 1 in the variants section. Now keep in mind the 1 in 25 variants, that's a ratio variant, and those are not guaranteed. It will depend on how many issues we order. So just kind of keep a heads up about that. So Keith, we got him for Batman. Let's see if he needs any other DC. He's got pull Superman 30 cover B, so we will go to Superman. So issue 30 is not in here yet, so I will add 30A, 30B, and what I'll do later is I'll go through and pull over all the subs, but for right now we'll just go down to Keith. And he wants to, so he's already getting the A covers 28, 29. So for Keith, I will put him on, and he wants to pull the cover B. Next is Challenge of the Super Sons. So we'll add Keith to this. And he wants to actually, my bad. He wants to pull a cover B. So I just want to make sure that there is a cover B. Challenge of the Super Friends, there is. So then we will go 1B. And we will add Keith as a pull to cover B. Wonder Woman, number 771. Is Mr. Keith, and he is already on, so we will just leave it as is. And continuing with the Joker, or DC, we'll go back and get anything through Comic Suite after. Joker number 2, cover B. He wants 2 copies. So here he's already getting, you can see cover 1s. He wants 2 copies of cover B. So I'm going to add 2 copies in for Keith there. That's it for the DC. So now we'll have to go back into Comic Suite where we already have Keith pulled up. And we will get the rest of what he wants. So he wants to sub to Kanto, City of Giants. So here we have two different sections to go to. If you sub to a series, we will add the series to you, or to your pull. If you pull, we will go through special orders. So let's do the subs first. Oh. So we got Kanto. That's his only sub. We will save that. And that added. So now if you scroll down here, you can see that Kanto and the City of Giants is added to Keith's pull, to his hold slot. Now we want to get his special orders. So he wants to pull the Berserker 2 variants. So these we have to do through special orders, reorder. And now what we need to do is find those item codes. So I go back to the FOC post. So Keith wanted the Berserker 2 variants. So we're going to pull him all of the Berserker 2 variants. So we take the codes. So we got Berserker in there for Keith. He also wants to pull Star Wars Bounty Hunters, the Empire Strikes Back variant. So we will go down to Marvel. We will find Star Wars. We will go to the Empire Strikes Back variant. And then last he wanted Iron Man number 8, Thor 14, and Wolverine 11 Pacheco variants. So we will go to Iron Man, and these look to be the Hero Reborn. What was that? Thor? Thor and Wolverine. This customer already has this subscription for this product. Would you like to proceed anyway? So I'm not going to proceed at this time. I'm just going to X out, and I'll double check to make sure that I see that on Keith's pull. So basically, once we get all of the variants that Keith wants, we go ahead and save that. And then we have to post that for it to come up on your account. And you can kind of see here now that all of these books have been added to Keith's account as pulls. And you can see down here, here's the Berserker number 2s. Here's the Iron Man Reborn. And let's see if... So Wolverine... So I'll do a little digging on the Wolverine. I don't see it here, but he may have it up in his subs. Okay, so we'll have to research that one. So let's do one more. Let's go down. Once we're done, we actually reply to you guys, letting you guys know that we got your messages. Let's go down to one more. You can see here all of the messages that we do have to go through. So it does take about 2 to 3 hours a day to go through these. Let's do Mr. Matt Mitchell here. So again, we'll start with DC. We go to the DC sub list, and Matt wants the Batman Scooby-Doo. wants 2 copies, so we will put 2 copies in there for Matt. He wants the Batman the Detective, so we will go to, if I can find it, there we go. Kanto in the City of Giants, so that is in Comic Suite, so let's make sure we change over. Oh, let's save Keith's updates. We'll find that. Kanto City of the Giants. He wants to sub Spider-Man, Spider Shadow. Spider-Man, Spider Shadow, variant by Pasquale Ferry. Thor and Loki Double Trouble. If I could spell. Proctor Valley Road. Eros and Psych. Let's just take. So he wants cover D of that, so I'm assuming that is a pull. So sometimes we do have to try and figure out what you guys are asking for. So we'll go and we're going to actually delete that one out. And we'll add that as a special order. And to do that again, we go to special orders, a little bit different, reorder. So we are going to add, he wanted the nonstop Spider-Man Ferry. What was that other one? Eros and Psych. He wanted. He wanted cover D. Jules Verne's Lighthouse, cover B. Where is that? That's up here. And last but not least, Wonder Woman 77, cover B. So that's back on DC. So I'm assuming that's 771, since that's the next issue in line. Matt Mitchell, we are going to, he's already subbed to the series, but we are going to pull him a cover B as well. Once we're done, again, we'll save. Make sure we post. And now this is posted to Matt's account and ready for John when he comes in on Monday to do his final order cutoff. So that just gives you guys a little bit of a little taste of what we do after you guys do comment on FOC. And like like I said, it takes about sometimes 2 to 3 hours to kind of go through and get everything onto your accounts in Comic Suite or the DC spreadsheet. So hope this was helpful. Have a good day.
Hey, Super Friends. Good evening. John here from Hall of Justice Comics in Parker. It's Sunday night. It is March 21st, and so that means that it is time to sit down and to do the FOC adjustment for Lunar, and that's the company that we get all of the DC product for. So between Chris at the store today and myself here at the house tonight, we've kind of gone through all of the posts. I think you saw a video a couple seconds ago where Chris was taking everybody's final order cutoff requests and putting them onto the DC spreadsheet or into Comic Suite at the shop, which is the software that we use to manage your comic book subscriptions. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to go through the FOC editing process through Lunar, and then tomorrow, which is Monday, I'll sit down and I'll walk you through doing the same thing with Diamond and all of the other publishers. So check it out. Okay, kids. So I have my very fancy setup with my MacBook and my iPad Pro sitting here. On the iPad, I have our Google Docs sheet that is what we're using to catalog everybody and their DC subscriptions. And over here, oops, sorry about that. On the screen, we've got the FOC order sheet for this week's DC products from Lunar. So it's not a huge week for DC stuff, but there's a lot of number 2s. We've got Joker, we've got Batman the Detective #1, Batman Fortnite 0 point #2. So what we do is we basically go up here and because we're editing the FOC list, I have already done my DC initial order. We can see that the first item that we have up here is American Vampire 1976 #7. And if I click on the item code there, we get a little image for what the main cover looks like. Cover A is by Raphael Albuquerque. What helps here is that we can see what our previous sales orders were. So for issue #6 cover A, we ordered 8 copies. For issue 6 cover B, we ordered 7 copies. So I look over here. We're going to grab the American Vampire sheet that's on Google Sheets. We are ordering issue #7, so I'm going to highlight columns D. I'm going to highlight columns D and E. And so we've already got the total down here. We've got 5 people that are subscribed to the A cover, 2 people that are subscribed to the B cover. So I'm going to come back over here. We've already got, like I said, the number 7 is preloaded in here in the new quantity field and in the order quantity field because, like I said, I sat down and did initial order once, so that for those 7 copies, that takes care of our 5 subscribers. That gives us 2 copies for the rack, which is absolutely fine for a title like American Vampire. We've got the Jorge Fornes variant cover right here, cover B. There's a little picture of what it looks like. That's pretty cool. But again, I don't know that that's worth a bump at all. We bumped the last issue, this cover B, because it's by Tula Latte, and we've got a lot of folks that are fans of hers. But again, so we've got 3 copies filled in here for American Vampire #7 cover B. If we run back over here to the Google sheet, you can see that we have 2 people that are on for the #7 variant. That's Alex Palma and Tyler Sexton. So we're going to leave the quantity that we have already ordered at 3. I'm not going to change that. That gives us 1 copy of the variant for the rack. So we're going to have 2 main covers and 1 variant. So that's pretty well set. So next up, we've got Scooby-Doo Mysteries, #1 of 12. There is the image for this guy right there. You can see that we ordered 20 copies of this book on our initial order. So for Batman and Scooby-Doo, we're going to slide this guy down here to Batman, Scooby-Doo. We'll pull that page up right there. You can see that this is all stuff that we've done today based on everybody's responses. So we have issue #1. We're going to highlight that column really quick. and you can see that we have 13 people that are subscribed to Batman Scooby-Doo #1, which is a 12-issue miniseries. So over here on my order sheet, we've got the number 20 that I pretty much took a stab at. Again, initial order is what I liken to teeing up at the green and hitting the ball as far down the field as you can get without any promotion whatsoever. I kind of had a number in my head, which was 20 copies. We've got 13 subscribers, so I'm going to change this to 23. That way it gives us 3 copies for the rack, or I'm sorry, 10 copies for the rack, and we take care of all 13 of those subscribers. So the other thing that I look at is it's a 12-issue miniseries. It's an all-ages, kid-friendly comic book series. I might actually up that to 33, just so that we have extra copies available, because it's going to be coming out for a year. It's something that, you know, we can always direct people to. Everybody's always looking. Anytime we have families that come into the store, they're looking for a kid-friendly Batman book, and what better than Batman Scooby-Doo? So that would give us 20 copies of #1 for the rack and still help satisfy those 13 subscribers. So I think I'm gonna leave that there for that one. And then next, you know, we've got Batman Fortnite down here. We've got we've got everybody else. If we come back over here to Batman Fortnite, which is on our Google Docs list as Batman 0 Point, you can see that we have all 6 issues mapped out here. There's an A and a B and a premium cover for all 6 issues. So we are talking about #2, which is in this column right here. So not a lot is changing with these. However, if you look, we've got 21 subscribers to cover A, we've got 13 to B, and 13 for the premium. You'll notice here, because this was not a book that was ever on initial order, because DC's kind of rushed soliciting it, I have nothing in there in this column for regular numbers. And so what we're going to do here is I'm going to click on this guy, and right down here we can see that for the previous issue, which was issue #1, we ordered 36 copies of A, 33 of B, and 25 of the premium, because we have to order 25 copies of each of the premium covers. And so if we stick with that same number, we've got 21 subscribers that are on Batman Fortnite 0 Point #2 cover A. 36 minus 21 is 15. That leaves us 15 copies for the rack. I like that number. It's not obnoxious. It's not too much. But again, we don't really know. I don't know what the Fortnite crew is going to come in. If we have people that are specifically going to come into the store looking for this book because they play the game, because they want the codes for the skins. So I'm going to keep my numbers the same for issue #2. So we're going to go 36 copies of the main cover. We're going to do 33 copies of the variant cover. And then, like I said, we have to do for the premium variant, which looks like this guy right here. The rules are to be able to order the premium variants, we have to order 25 copies. So we're going to plug 25 in there. So we got 36 copies of cover A, 33 of cover B, 25 of the premium. And so that's what I do. I sit here and I look at numbers and I try to figure out what we want to order and what makes sense to put on the rack. And then I get to do it all over again tomorrow for everybody that's not DC. So this is John. It is Sunday night at March 21st at 8:18 p.m. Just with a little glimpse on how comic book ordering works. So thanks for taking your time to watch this, and we'll see you tomorrow with the regular FOC update. Hey guys, John here. Just doing another pass through, going through the FOC responses that have come in since Chris did everybody's requests yesterday here at the shop, and any that have come in over the evening, checking all of the different avenues that we post the FOC information to. So gonna do that, gonna walk through that really quick, and then get a couple things posted, and then I'll show you the actual FOC walkthrough. So stay tuned. Okay, so real quick, for example, I am here in the Colorado Comic Book Enthusiasts group, just grabbing Brianna Balish commented over here last night, so we're going to add, I took care of all of the DC stuff on her list last night before I did the DC post, but I've got her up on the screen here and her request right here on the split screen. So we are going to add her to the Eros Psyche series from Maria Lovett real quick. We're going to select that. So now that is up here posted as a subscription on her hold slot. And then the other thing that we have to do is we've got to add Thor and Loki Double Trouble. So we're going to come over here and hit the add, and we're going to do Thor, Loki, Double Trouble right there. So now we've got that on there. I'm going to slide this back over so you can see it. We're going to hit the save button, and Comic Suite is going to create a subscription for Eros Psyche number 2 and number 3, as well as Thor and Loki Double Trouble number 2 and number 3. This is going to create back orders for those subscriptions. Yes, we would like to continue. 4 subscription orders have been created, and now after we say yes to all these things, if we come down here in her subscriptions section on the screen, you will see right there Maria Lovett's Eros Psyche number 2A and number 3A, and further down is Thor and Loki Double Trouble number 2 and number 3. Hey everybody, John here, Hall of Justice Comics. It's still Monday, yay! I am at the point where we got all everybody's special orders posted. Requests are all in. We are past the 11 o'clock cutoff that we usually give everybody here at the store to do to send their requests and things in. So I'm going to show you what the FOC ordering process looks like, and we'll go through this together, at least for maybe the first couple of titles. So check it out. All right, kids. So here we are, sitting down in the back office in front of the computer with today's weekly FOC. You can see here that it is broken. Everything's broken down by publisher. So we've got, first up on deck, we've got Dark Horse. We've got Avatar: The Next Shadow number 4. You can see that we have, originally we ordered 3 copies on my initial order. The new quantity is in here at 3 copies. That's the field that I can adjust. And then over here in this field, we can see that we have subscriptions. We have 1 posted subscription. That's Matt Roberts, who is subscribed to Avatar. Down here at the bottom, this is what we call the cycle sheet. And I don't know if I talked about this before or not, but the cycle sheet gives us information as to what we have sold for previous copies of the same book. So here we're looking at Avatar: The Next Shadow number 3, which was received on March 2nd. We ordered 4 copies. We received 3. 1 subscriber, 2 copies went on the rack. Of those 2 copies, 1 copy sold off of the rack, 1 copy sold to a subscriber. That was Matt Roberts. 2 out of the 3 copies total sold, which is a sell-through rate of 66.67%. We have 1 unsold copy that should still be out there on the wall. So we're ordering the last issue in the series. 1 subscriber, we're going to leave it at 3 copies because, again, we have 1 copy for Matt. 2 copies will go on the rack. Hopefully whoever bought this copy off the rack comes back in and needs a copy of number 4 to complete their little mini series. So that's literally what we do, is we go through line by line and we look at the numbers that we have committed versus the number of copies that we would like to put on the rack, and look at the sales information, and then we throw a number in there. So this last column over here on the far right is the special order column. You'll see that here for Young Hellboy: The Hidden Land number 3, cover B, we have 8 people who are subscribed to the B cover. Those 8 people: myself, John Grubbs, John Kaczynski, Shane Click, Dustin Lucas, Matt Mitchell, Zach Neely, Keith Ratliff. Those are the 8. And then we had 1 copy over here that was special ordered, and that goes to Tracy Rain. So we technically need 9 copies of the variant cover here. We can come down here and we can hit picture and see what the image looks like. This is the Wiley Beckert cover. It's pretty cool. It's got all of the information for the issue, kind of the solicit info, the creative team, when it's on FOC, when it is shipping out to stores on April 14th. And that's, so again, you know, we've got Dark Horse. Next up, we've got IDW. You can see that we've got Kanto and the City of Giants from IDW. Here, we've got 15 people subscribed to the book, but we have 27 special orders because Mr. Brian Bowers is ordering 25 copies on his own so that he can get the 1 in 25 incentive and then 2 1 in 10s. That's something that we offer to folks. If you really want one of the incentives and you want to guarantee that you get it, you know, we'll work with you to do that. So that's an interesting situation where we've got more copies on special order than we do subscribers, but because 25 of those are going to one guy.
I want 2.
Randy wants 2 copies. Kanto's been solicited, or it's been, what's that called? Option. Thank you, Randy. So, you know, we've got a number of 50 copies in here of the main cover. We'll probably leave it at that to hopefully try to get some new readers in on that new series. And then occasionally you'll see stuff like this. So for the 1 in 10 copies Zucker cover, it's got this little star right there beside it. If you click on that star, it'll tell you that for every 10 copies of Kanto #1 ordered, we may order 1 free Drew Zucker variant. So there's all the IDW stuff. Here we got Image, we got Home #1, we got Carmen #2. Oh, that's interesting. They decided to do incentives for Carmen #2. But not for #1. #1 just had the A, the B, and the blank. #2's got an A, a 1 in 25, and a 1 in 50. Yay! This is pretty cool. The Middle West Complete Tales hardcover. I should have posted about that, and I forgot to, Randy. Randy did order one. This is the from our friend Mr. Jorge Corona. This is a beautiful hardcover that is the complete series, the complete 18-issue collection with a brand new cover by Mr. Jorge Corona. And I believe that there is a spot on here where did it go? We can order signed book plates that are signed by Scotty Young and Jorge Corona for every 5 copies of the hardcover that we order. So we'll have to get some of those. Yeah, for every 5 copies of Middle West Complete Tales ordered, retailers may order 1 signed book plate bundle of 5.
Oops.
So Randy's going to get one of those. But that's kind of cool. I should have posted about that on FOC, and I didn't. I guess I forgot. I don't know. Stuff happens. But, you know, we've got everything on here. There's all the Marvel stuff. So Children of the Atom #2 is on here. You've got Guardians 13. So I've got to wade through this entire massive list, making sure that we have enough copies of everything ordered for everybody so that when the books come in, they are set aside for you in your hold slot. Yay! So that's pretty close to the last step, minus doing the pulls before the comics come out and are waiting for you in your hold slot. So stay tuned for more. We're not done yet.
Okay, guys, it is Friday afternoon, almost 1 o'clock. We are starting to process Lunar. Today we have 3 boxes. This is Miles. Say hi, Miles. It'll probably take the 2 of us, I don't know, between customers, 2 to 3 hours to get these processed. I'll give you another update later. I'll show you what we're actually going through and what we're doing. Bye. Okay, guys, here's another look inside the box. We take the books out of the boxes. We get them separated into their own separate stacks. And when we're done here bagging and boarding them, we will start counting them to make sure they send us the right amounts. We go to our little sheet, make sure they're there, we'll mark them off, we'll get them alphabetical into another box for the next step, which will be pulling the books on Monday to start putting into the hold slots. More to come. All right, now that we've finished bagging and boarding everything, Miles is going to take 1 of every copy, put them all together, take them up front, and import them into the computer 1 at a time, because Lunar is no longer, well, not Lunar so much as DC is no longer with Diamond. We have to do all these extra steps to get them into the system so we can get the books into your hands. I'll take more video of him doing that here in a minute. Okay, now that we have everything bagged and boarded and ready to go, Miles, is going to take and scan every single new issue of DC into the system. Do you have the quantities when you do it too?
Yep.
Add quantities, everything, get it in so it will be in the actual Diamond system. So he has a giant stack of floppies, a bunch of trades and omnibuses. Each one of these books, he has to go through this process. One more thing we do to get books to you on Wednesdays. More to come. Hey guys, John here. It is Monday morning, 10:19 in the morning. So you guys saw the clip of Randy and Miles going through the DC list that we got from Lunar earlier in the show. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking this list and I'm going through our DC Google Sheets subscriber document, and we're basically printing everybody off. So we're going to go here to Batman White Knight Presents Harley Quinn, which is right there. We are talking about issue 6 that comes in on Monday, so I got to do a little bit of maintenance here. We're going to cut these 2 columns for issue 5, and we are going to paste them over here, and I'm going to delete these 2 columns here so that we just have the customer list and issue number 6, which is the last issue for White Knight Harley. I'm going to highlight these 2, and we're going to print not the entire sheet, just those selected cells. So it's just going to print Batman White Knight Harley number 6 A and B on 2 pages, and boom, just like that. So then here shortly we'll get another clip of us doing the actual pull for all of these books from Lunar this week, and then putting them in your hold slot so that when you come in Tuesday or Wednesday this week, and you do this for stuff, every single line item.
Well, yeah, for every single title that's on here. So like here, the next one is Detective Comics 1034, because you got there's a checklist poster that we don't have to worry about. There's a DC trade paperback that we're not going to worry about, but we're going to go to Detective and do the same thing for Detective. We're looking at Detective issue 1034. So that is that's the newest issue for Detective post Future State. So we've got the customer column, the cover A and cover B for 1034. We're going to print those, but we're going to change it to just those selected cells. So here we go, 2 pages there. The colors that are on there, that's a code that we use for when people drop a title or are suspended from the system. And just like that, Detective's done. So we're going to go Future State Teen. Oh shit, what is that? Oh, that's the
it's a collected version. It's almost like a small trade.
Yes. So Future State Teen Titans Ruins is that's all the way at the bottom. It's a reprint of both issues of Future State Teen Titans. So for Future State, I have this massive sheet that's got all of the titles, because we don't have a single sheet for every single book. We just put it all together on one. So down here at the very bottom, Teen Titans Ruins. So we're going to basically just print that selection of cells and change it to those cells. So there we go. Future State Teen Titans Ruins. We got Oscar, Mike, Rudy, Roger, Tracy Rain, and Troy Terranova. So 8 copies. We ordered 16, which means we're going to have 8 copies to go on the rack for folks this week. But we got to print that off, and we got to do a pull off of that. So that is what we are going through and doing right now. And then we got Harley, lots of Harleys. So yeah, so that's a little glimpse into the process. Like I said, we'll be back a little later this afternoon with us actually doing the pulls for these books and then dropping them in your hold slot. So thanks for watching. Okay guys, real quick video. Another part of the process. This is me pulling the lists. In the last video you saw John printing these lists. Now we come out here to the boxes, we pull the books, we get them in the proper order to go into people's pulls. From here they get carried over to our stacks of comics where we create piles.
These piles will in turn be picked up and brought around the corner here to the pull slots. Every single DC book has to be pulled one at a time and put into these slots. More to come. Another quick video. Just to let you guys see and know what we're doing. Each individual DC title must be pulled by hand and put into each and every hold. And when you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of holds, this is an extremely time-consuming process. More to come.
Hey everybody, good morning. John here. It is Tuesday morning. UPS just dropped off 16 boxes of comics from Diamond, so we're going to show you a little bit, a little peek into the processing of that, so that we can get that all ready before we do the polls and have books ready for you for tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, which is always Wednesday. Wink. What the heck is that? Oh, it's just Savannah. Oh, and then Randy being a creep. He wants to go home. So here's our stack for this week's shipment. We got that. There's a little box there. Savannah's working on stuff. We already unpacked a big old box of puzzles. So that is our invoice. We basically have to go through all of these boxes, check for damages, bag and board stuff, and then check things off here on our invoice. And then we have to take this invoice and put it into the computer up front in Comic Suite so they can actually generate the pulls for you guys. So that's the long and short of it. That's pretty much our Tuesday. So we're gonna get to work, and we'll be back a little bit later with a video on doing the polls and all the data entry. Yay! Okay guys, just an update. It's still Tuesday. We, Chris, Savannah, myself, and Randy have gotten all of the DC product, or Diamond product, processed and checked in. Now I'm going to show you a little bit about the receiving process that we do in Comic Suite, so that we can generate a pick list that includes everybody's hold slot and the books that they're receiving. So check it out. Okay, so I'm up here at the front computer, our register computer, where we check everybody out. This computer acts as a server for the computer that we do all the ordering from in the back. This is the invoice that comes in that you saw a picture of earlier. This is all of our chicken scratch to show you. Like for example, Alien #1, we had 46 copies that we received. 4 were damaged. We were supposed to get 50. The Scotty Young variant, we received 14 out of 33. The rest of those were just completely shorted. So we had some pretty big issues with some shortages this week. Firefly, brand new verse. We were missing all of our A covers. They just weren't there. They just weren't in any of the boxes at the store. So now I have to take all of this annotation that we did during the receiving process and put it into Comic Suite so that I can send an overshort damage report to the folks at Diamond, and also so that we can generate pick lists for people, so that all of the new comics that you pre-ordered are in your boxes tomorrow. So we're going to go into Comic Suite, which is the software that's created by Diamond that helps us manage all of the subscriptions. We're going to come up here to receiving. We are going to do weekly receiving and download our invoice. We're going to say yes to that and retrieve. And that first one, the 16th, that's the one that we're going to do. We're going to post that invoice. Okay, so invoice data import is completed. We're going to hit OK. We're going to say yes to reconciling the invoice. And then it's basically going to generate this. This is the start of the process. It has everything. We've got the Alien launch sketch variant. This is basically a screen where we choose what we actually do want to receive. And you'll see that there's some stuff on here that we don't want to receive. For example, let me find something. Okay, Marvel previews. Marvel previews, Marvel does a match to where they give us copies for free so that we can give you copies for free based on ordering. And we don't need those clogging up all of our space in the system. So we're not going to accept those into inventory since they're giveaway products. Same thing with the previews retailer order form. We don't need that in the computer. It's not something that we're going to scan and sell to anybody ever. Let's see. I think that is it for this one. So we are going to go ahead and commit all of these changes and say yes to that screen right there. Now, if you look down here, Comic Suite is grabbing and refreshing item information from the cloud for all of these items that are on our order form for this particular week. So this is going to take a second. I'll come back as soon as this is done. Okay, so now we are in the section that is basically category maintenance. Category maintenance is where we tell RMS Comic Suite where the products fall in, what categories they fall into. You can see on the screen we've got the Alien Launch Sketch variant. It's a comic book, and the subcategory is Marvel. So most of the time we don't have to mess with anything here. The one thing that we do is we want to look at the blank departments and categories. We received a ton of puzzles this week, so I'm going to go through and we're going to put all of these puzzles into the toy category. And I don't think that we have a puzzle subcategory, so I'm going to do that really quick, and then we'll be back with another step. Okay, so we're going through here, and I'm basically taking all of our notes that we've got on the hard copy of the invoice from Diamond, and we're transposing all of this information digitally into the receiving file here in Diamond. So you can see, for example, I just finished the line item for Alien #1, the Scotty Young variant. We were supposed to receive 33 copies, and we only received 14, so we don't even have enough. You can see up here that we had 2 people that were subscribed to that, and we have 19 that special ordered it, so we don't even have enough copies of that came in to satisfy our hold slot customers, which is super frustrating. And so at the end of this process, this is going to generate an overshort damage report that we are going to send to Diamond to let them know what exactly we received. So we're going through here. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 61. We received 1 copy, and on the spreadsheet there it is right there, the damage replacement for 61. You can see for 62 we have 2 different line items, 63 copies and 9 copies, which comes to 72. We received 71 and we had 1 damage. So I'm going to come over here to ASM 62. Here again, we have 62 copies that we ordered, 56 copies that are subscribers, 5 copies that were special ordered, which comes to 72 total that we received, but we didn't receive 72, we received 71. So I'm going to change that field, and then I'm going to tab over to the damaged column right there, and we're going to put a 1 there in the damaged column. And then when I hit down at Comic Suite wants to know, what was the reason for the damage? Was it damaged at distribution? Was it damaged at the printer or during shipping? It was damaged at distribution. So we hit OK, and now we are done with that line item. The other thing that I have to do is I have to take all of the information that Diamond sends us digitally, and I have to make that something that will make sense when we're scanning people in here at the computer. So for example, we're working on Amazing Spider-Man 62. This is the Greg Land Spider-Man Thing variant, which I believe was changed at the, nope, that was Miles, never mind. So we're going to take, that's too long of a description. When we scan that book into Comic Suite to check people out, all of that information isn't going to fit on a single line, so we have to abbreviate that. So now we're going to call that, because it's the Man-Thing variant, it is now Amazing Spider-Man number 62 Man-Thing variant. And I've got to do that with the 2 different line items that are here for ASM number 62. So now that's cleaned up. We've got ASM number 62 Man-Thing variant. We have a line item for 7 and a line item for 1 for 8 copies total. We go to our form, and here you can see that we received 7 copies. 7 copies, 1 copy there. Over here it says 1S for short. So I have to take that back to this screen here, and I've got to, I'm gonna short the line item that has 7 copies, because this one that has a single item, if we come up here, we can look that was a special order for somebody. Mr. Steve Muntean special ordered that 1 copy of the Man-Thing variant. So I don't want to short Steve. Up here with the 7 copy line item, you can see that there's only 3 copies of that are committed. So 4 of these 7 copies are for the rack. So we're going to change this to 6, and we have 1 in the row down below. When I get out of that line, it's again, I have to tell the computer, why was it shorted? Was it shorted from the distribution center? Was it shorted from the shipper? Well, you know, UPS didn't lose a box. We received all the boxes that we were supposed to get, so it was the fault of the distribution center. So again, I have to go through this entire list of all of the books that we received this week and transpose that digitally into the Comic Suite program so that we can sit here and get to the point where we can do the polls. So you'll see that after I get done with this. We'll be back here in just a few seconds. Hey guys, so we're done doing all the importation stuff in Comic Suite, and the next phase is us actually doing the poll. So you got to see a glimpse of this with DC stuff on Monday, but now we're doing it for the rest of our massive order this week for Marvel and everybody else. So here is what that looks like. So this is how it starts. This is what the final product of all of the stuff doing the data importation in Comic Suite looks like. After we're done with that, we hit print on, this one is 59 pages of individual customer pulls, and it's broken down by every single customer. You've got special orders, you've got subscriptions, all that stuff's on here. We have all of the titles laid out in a giant horseshoe here at the back of the store. And then we basically go through, and we've got Savannah and Randy and Chris that are here doing all the pulls. After they complete several pages of the pulls, they walk over here and we put them up here in stacks, and then I will come along and I will grab one of these stacks that again has everybody's subscription on there with special orders and pulls, and then I come over here where we have all of the pull boxes that are normally right there behind the counter. They are all lined up in this front aisle. These are all the pull boxes that are there up front. Everybody's name is in there from A to Z. And then we have 2 boxes. Well, it will turn into 2 boxes of folks who are in the back that are either mail out customers or folks that come in, you know, once a month, once every couple months. So that's what we will be doing until we're done. And then the last step is to put the books up on the rack and to make sure that we've already done some of the DC stuff. So here you can see Harley Quinn that comes out tomorrow with a new this week tag. But we basically have to play musical chairs with all of the titles that are on the main wall, all of the titles that are on both end caps. You can see that this end cap over here is empty because it's getting prepped for Alien and Carnage Black, White, and Blood and all the other new releases that we want to feature when you walk in the door. We got to do that with the variant wall at the far back there, and then get ready for open tomorrow. So there's another step in the process. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We're not done quite yet. Okay, so I'm grabbing, it looks like page 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna take these over here to the A boxes, and I'll show you how this works. So first up, we've got Niles Ackerson and Ford Niles. He's got an Alien #1 cover A, an Alien #1 Pat Gleason variant, and then we've got Carnage Black, White, and Blood #1. We've got a Gleason, we've got another Gleason, which is probably wrong, and we've got an Intial Order. But on his line items, we've got 2 line items for special orders for the Gleason variant. So we're gonna take all of those books and we are gonna slide his tab up, and boom, now Niles Ackerson's hold slot is ready to rock for tomorrow. He's also got some stream sale stuff in there. So that's what we do, individual by individual, all the way down the line until we're done. So there you go. Hey guys, John here. It is Wednesday, it's New Comic Book Day, and all the stuff that you have been watching has led up to this point where we open the doors and hand people their books, and we'll show you how that populates in the register with one of our longtime customers. So check it out. All right, so there's Mike. Mike's got a hold slot with us. Those are Mike's comic books. Randy is pulling Mr. Mike into the computer. Maybe it's thinking about it. There we go. That's the screen that pops up there. And then all of that hard work. Sorry, Randy, I'm gonna get right in your face. That is Mike's entire hold slot. So we're gonna check it in compared to what's in his box. ring him out, and that's the magic of how the comic book ordering works. Yay, comics! Thanks for watching. Hey, gang, super friends. Good evening. It is Wednesday night. We've wrapped up another week of comic book ordering and selling and all that fun stuff. And so you've seen now how the process works from start to finish, from previews ordering to handing you your new comic books on a Wednesday. We hope you found this video informative. It's now time for me to sit down and type up the FOC thing again. So second verse, same as the first, but we hope you found the video informative. If you guys have any questions about how the ordering process works at any point along the way, please feel free to reach out to us. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I know it's super long. It's like an hour and 25 minutes. So probably nobody sat down to watch the whole thing. But if you did, kudos to you. And like I said, you know, keep your eye here on the Facebook, I should say YouTube channel. We're posting new content anytime we can find something that's relevant. And we try to do at least if nothing else, we do the FOC roundup video every Thursday so that you guys know what's in store, what's in the pipeline for new releases about a month before they come out. So thanks again. Thanks to Randy. Thanks to Chris. Thanks to all the staff at the shop for making everything possible. And thanks ultimately to you guys for coming in, buying comic books, and keeping the doors open. So thanks again. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon.